A long-awaited report was published this week revealing that women against state pension inequality women should be entitled to compensation following the government's failings in relation to their state pension. My name is Jack Rubis and welcome to this week's episode of Tax Tidbits, where we are firstly talking about how the Women Against State Pension Inequality have finally received confirmation from the person in charge of investigating complaints about government departments that they should be compensated. These women have been campaigning against the government for failing to adequately inform women born in the 1950s about the impact of the state pension age increasing from 60 to 65, bringing their retirement age in line with men's. The report has recommended a compensation ranging from £1,000 to £2,950 be paid to those affected. However, the DWP has indicated that they will refuse this. As a result, the report calls on the government to ask Parliament to intervene. Xero has announced the retirement of its mobile accounting app Xero Go, giving existing users until September 12th to download their data or transition to a new system. The app was launched in 2020 to cater to self-employed ahead of Making Tax Digital, which at the time was planned to go ahead from 2024. As we all know, this plan has now been postponed until 2026, leaving the app unnecessary and seemingly not worth a £4 subscription to many of its users. Xero has released a statement that they will plan to relocate their resources to enhance their core accounting platform and app. This does show how the tide has turned against basic accounting tools and makes you wonder how long similar tools such as QuickBooks Self-Employed will continue to keep their heads above the water. After a lengthy legal battle with rival Lidl, Tesco has been told to discontinue the use of its Clubcard Prices logo, currently shown within a yellow circle and blue square, after it was agreed that it infringed upon Lidl's copyright. Basically, they have been told off for it being too similar to the Lidl logo. The lawsuit was initiated in 2020 when Lidl accused Tesco of deliberately misleading customers by using a similar logo, exploiting its reputation for low prices and good value products. Tesco have announced plans for a new logo to represent their Clubcard prices and promises that the scheme itself will not be affected. Wetherspoons pubs have reported a significant increase in profits in the first 6 months of the financial year, with pre-tax figures increasing from £4.6 million to £36 million. They have reported a surge in visits to their pubs, despite a number of them closing, with coffee and Pepsi being their best sellers. Their founder, Tim Martin, has described the recovery from the pandemic a 3-year slog, with profit margins still below pre-pandemic levels. He has called for tax equality in the UK, citing the higher tax burden on pubs and restaurants in comparison to supermarkets. He is currently advocating for a lower VAT rate in the hospitality sector, similar to the 5 to 10% rates in other European countries, as opposed to the current 20% rate, which he says will help to revitalise our high streets. Maritime traffic has been suspended through the port of Baltimore this week, one of the busiest ports in the US, after a container ship crashed into a bridge, causing its collapse into the main shipping lane. The closure has brought fears of significant disruption to global supply chains, with the incident affecting the 500,000 tonnes of LNG transported out of Baltimore each month, alongside various other exports. The port will be closed for the foreseeable future until the channel has been cleared, so we can only wait to see how this will affect us here in the UK. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Tax Tidbits. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to stay updated with all our videos, and we will see you next time.